Almost History of John Lee Hooker. Art and Story by Shane Joynes. The story of the unknown Detroit bluesman begins a little further south. On another night that went too long in Memphis, the Beale Street brothels spill their innards into the morning glare as a bleary-eyed boy named John Lee Hooker drags his guitar home. Raised in the church, John Lee's family disdained the gambling dens and whorehouses where their son sang the devil's blues. But this isn't a story about the church. John Lee Hooker's godmother was from a deeper south, a hoodoo conjurer from New Orleans. When John left home to play the blues at 14 years old, his godmother cursed the path ahead. And it wasn't no friendly curse. She cut the tongue from a lamb, a dog, and a snake, bound these together with twine and stuck needles through the raw flesh. She preserved this gruesome bind in a jar and set the snake after John to curse his writer's tongue. Of course, we all know that evil spirits travel in a straight line. The fractured shapes and discontinuous lines of a Yoruba quilt were used to ward off these evil spirits in the past, and John Lee Hooker adopted his own disjointed methods. John traveled to Detroit, always trying to keep ahead of the curse. He was known for playing strange tempos and adopted the electric guitar to confuse the evil spirits. His song, Black Snake, is a tale of his tormentor, the serpent at its heels. In the 1930s and 40s, Detroit was a bastion of jazz and blues. Hastings Street served as a cultural epicenter, as visceral with music as Beale or Bourbon. But if John Lee Hooker avoided his serpent, the ground he walked went arid behind him. The predominantly black neighborhoods of Paradise Valley and Black Bottom became victims of urban renewal. Displaced residents, razed buildings, and suffocated soul. A godmother's jar of bound tongues still preserved on a shelf in the Obeah hut as Detroit decayed. An asphalt black snake devoured Hastings Street as it was paved over with a highway, and whatever corners remain whistle a desolate, moribund blues.